All right, so when you open up Autodesk Inventor Professional on your school computer, this is what you are going to see. You might have a thing that pops up initially here about showing you some tutorials. You can just close out of that, and this would be your basic screen. Up in the corner, these are going to be your options for what you can do with Autodesk right now. We don't have very many options because we haven't started anything yet, but eventually you'll want to be able to save or save as your project, because remember that Autodesk Inventor is not a web-based program, so you're going to have to save it someplace. That's the purpose of that flash drive. What we're going to start with is new, so we're going to go ahead and open a new project. When we do this, it says create new file, and it gives us the options of what we could create in terms of a file. We're going to work initially on creating the parts of our file. Eventually we'll assemble them and create the drawings. We're going to start with the part files, and we just want to do a standard part file, so a standard IPT. So I'm going to click on that and then click create. Notice when my part file opens, my ribbon up here changes. So no longer do I have those same options I had before. Now I have the options that I'm going to need to use in order to create. So here I have creating a sketch, making things three-dimensional, how I can modify things, the work planes, etc. If I click up here, these are going to be the different tools that I can then use. Notice when I click one of these ribbon tabs, different ribbons open up. There's that initial one, that get started one. So now I'm going to work on 3D modeling here. So when I go to 3D modeling, if I click Start 2D Sketch, it's going to bring up my X, Y, and my Z axis. Notice when I hover over them, it's going to tell me this is my XY, my YZ, and my XZ plane. I can rotate within this view. So if I look up here in the corner, it tells me which view I'm looking at. So if I want to be looking at the front of my shape, I could click front and it's going to rotate that so I see the front. By clicking around, I'm now looking at different sides of my figures. I can also look at an edge of my figure, which is going to show me multiple planes at the same time, or the corner of my figure, which will again show me all three. You can keep track down here of what you're looking at currently. So currently the X is coming out this direction, the Y is going this direction, and my Z is my up and down plane. So if I rotate that again, notice this rotates to show me the change. I can rotate also using these features. So you left click on the hand here allows me to drag that around my screen. A left click on this allows me to zoom in or out on that feature. This tool is going to allow me to free spin the feature in the middle to look at what it is that I've created. I also have options if I'm right-clicking. So if I right-click, notice it's going to give me options up on the screen. If I click OK, that kind of closes out what I've been working on. So again, if I was in a 2D sketch and I was moving things around and I want it to be done moving, I can either double-click to get off of that, or if I'm in moving mode, I can right-click and click OK, and that'll get me off of that thing. Those are the basics of Inventor. Over here, it's going to show you what it is that you've been doing. So as you create things, it'll show you the steps of what you've created. That's going to be the basics to get you started. The next video will show you how to actually work within that to make the cube that you will need to start off your sketch cube project.